Remember as a kid waking up early on Saturdays without a care in the world, school was done for the week, and all you wanted to do was watch some Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, in this series, both House of Champs and myself are bringing back one of our favorite childhood pastimes. Each episode will be picking new decks to bring to the table in a best 2 out of 3 for some good old wholesome Yu-Gi-Oh! Fun. Saturday morning Yu-Gi-Oh! Is back, ladies and gentlemen, because this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed Saturdays. If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code CIMOOOoooo5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content. Damn, these episodes just keep getting crazier and crazier, and this episode is no exception because we're going to be doing Dinosaur versus Machine. A lot of people may remember these decks. This Dinosaur deck definitely leaves a lot to be desired. John's going to be on the Machine deck. It's actually the deck, I believe, that contains the gadgets, so that should tell you how this is going to go, but I haven't given up hope yet. Let's go ahead and do the card by card. We're repping the Dinos, so we are going to do our best with our Dino DNA. So first up, we have 3 copies of Black Stego. It's a 2K Defender, and if it's attacked, we can actually change it to defense, so that's kind of neat. We can poke with it, and if John tries to attack, it would go to defense unless he has some way to interact with that, but neat little card. 2 copies of Dark Triceratops. This is just a 2400 tribute, but it actually does piercing if it attacks. I just want it for the stats, but the piercing is a nice upside, if anything. John's deck actually has quite a few monsters with low stats, so this could actually matter quite significantly. 3 copies of Hydrogeddon, one of my favorite cards, and I think this is going to be very relevant for this matchup specifically because John is on gadgets. And so being able to have Hydrogeddon hit over a gadget, we can summon another Geddon from the deck and start getting aggressive. That is going to be the name of the game. We also have 2 Hyper Hammerhead. This card's kind of neat. At the end of the damage step, if an opponent's monster that battled this card is not destroyed, return that opponent's monster to the hand. So that means if Hammerhead attacks a defense position monster and they bounce off of each other, the monster is going to get bounced to hand. But if something kills Hyper Hammerhead, that monster is also going to get bounced back to hand. So a very nice tempo card all around. Its stats aren't the best, but I am side decking the 3rd in case I feel it's pretty good. 3 copies of Miracle Jurassic Egg. This may actually be one of the MVPs of our deck, but we'll have to see. It's a 2K Defender, and while it's face up on the field, each time a dinosaur monster is sent to the graveyard, place 2 counters on this card. You can tribute this card, special summon a dinosaur monster from your deck whose level is less than or equal to the number of counters that were on this card. So the highest this is going to be is 6 for Dark Triceratops. I could have gone all in with like the Superconductor Tyranno for 8, but the problem is that means then I actually have to play Superconductor Tyranno, and that card's not very good, although it's just a massive 3300 body. This is a pretty good 2K Defender that actually has upside, and so hopefully as long as John doesn't like enemy controller, this will be okay. We also have 3 copies of Oxygeddon, just an 1800 dinosaur. Cabazalis is a 1700 dinosaur, and Sabersaurus, which most people know from Dino Rabbit, is a 1900 vanilla dinosaur. That's it for the monsters. For the spells, Heavy Storm, triple Jurassic World. This just gives all dinos 300 attack and defense, but that does matter because that does allow us to win some combat. That puts Sabersaurus to 22, Cabazalis to 2K, Oxygeddon to 21. Like, this card actually could be relevant, and there isn't a ton of spell and trap removal in this episode, so I figure just being able to stick this, it's sort of like a permanent equip spell in some ways, so we'll see how it goes. Lightning Vortex for removal, triple Megamorph. This is really weird because John does have removal like Sakuretsu armor and stuff, and so I don't really want to get 2 for 1 all the time, but if he doesn't have Saku, Megamorph is actually just nuts, being able to up our monster's attack. We can also equip it to his monster to make them lose attack if we have to. I think we should be winning combat most of the time, but I figure this is probably a decent card to at least try. And then rounding out the spells, of course, we have a copy of MST. For the traps, 3 Fossil Excavation. This is Call of the Haunted for dinosaurs, except you have to discard a card in order to do it, which kind of sucks, but it is a way for us to get monsters back. So if we get a Dark Triceratops out once, we can just continuously keep bringing it back. And yes, it is vulnerable, but to be fair, just being able to stick a big guy usually is pretty good. This also allows us to play through Sakuretsu armor and the like, because then we're not really going to care, and we're just going to be able to start bringing out big dudes every single turn. 3 Magical Arm Shield. This is one of our ways to sort of play around Sakuretsu armor. Instead of attacking into John's monsters, we'll make his monsters attack themselves by using them with the arm shield, because we can take one monster and put it in front of the one that's attacking. So this could actually be a pretty effective form of removal depending on the circumstances. And 3 Negate negate attack to be able to protect our own monsters as well. The side deck, I have a third Dark Triceratops and a third copy of Hammerhead in case they are relevant. I'm playing 3 Tyranno Infinity. The original attack of this card is the number of banished dinosaur type monsters times 1000. Now, you might be wondering, how are we going to banish them? Well, it's this trap card right here, Survival Instinct. By itself, this card sucks. All it does is you banish dinosaurs and you gain life points equal to the amount of dinosaurs that you banish times 400. So if anything, maybe it buys us a turn or two, but that's not what we care about. The reason I'm playing this is because by banishing them, as long as we banish 3 dinosaurs, Tyranno Infinity becomes a 3000 attack normal summon, and that is just a nightmare for John to deal with. Initially, I was trying to play Big Evolution Pill in tandem with the large dinosaurs like Ultimate Tyranno and Superconductor Tyranno. The problem is, I actually realized that this sort of achieves the same idea of just summoning big guys, but it's less commitment because with Big Evolution Pill, you actually had to tribute a monster, and that card has to stay face up on the field in order for you to get the value to be able to normal summon those monsters without tributing. This, you banish the dinosaurs from graves, so you don't really need anything else besides them already in the graveyard. You lose those resources from the fossil excavation, sure, but then the fact that you can just start dropping 3k bodies if you have Tyranno Infinity, I think that's actually just nuts, and this could actually be very relevant depending on the circumstances. I'm not confident enough to main deck it if I'm being honest, but I could see myself siding out these Megamorphs and 3 other cards to bring these in. I don't think it's actually that bad of an idea. And then we also have 3 Riroku. This is sort of like another way to just like win battle, but the problem is John has enemy controller, I think. He has Sakuretsu armor. The fact that we have to waste a card and for just to get Saku'd, I don't really think that this is the right way, which is kind of why I think the Survival Instinct Tyranno Infinity plan is actually a lot better, so we'll have to see how it goes. 3 copies of Malfunction. This card is awful. You pay 500 life points to negate a trap and return it to its original position, so we could negate a Sakuretsu armor, but it's only good if we're going to do something very effective with it, and I guess we'll know if he has Sakuretsu armor then, but maybe if we're like going for game and like he's trying to Saku our last monster and we malfunction it, then we win. That could be useful, but I mean, we're scratching the bottom of the barrel for playables, let's be honest. And then we have 1 copy of Volcanic Eruption. During your end phase, if you control Jurassic World, destroy all cards on the field. This card is cool, except for the fact you have to do it during your end phase. Otherwise, I think this would actually be playable because then it would just be a board wipe and it would help you as a good comeback mechanic of sorts, because we really just have like Lightning Vortex for that. But before we get into the games, guys, of course, we have to spin the wheel once more, and hopefully we're going to get something good here. I would love to see some more packs, so let's see what we get. Oh, this is a good one. So our friend forgot their deck over at our house, and we get to borrow 1 card from John's deck. Oh, this is going to be great.
What's good, Cimoooooooo's channel, and welcome to the deck list. This should be a beatdown of epic proportions where I send Cimo back to the Stone Age with his dinosaurs, but if I'm not careful, he's got some unusual strategies, and Unga Bunga Caveman Yu-Gi-Oh! How am I not dealing with Sabersource? I've got to make sure to deal with those problems, like Magical Arm Shield. What a weird card. So I've got 3 Green Gadget, if you don't know this from the anime or past metas. Gadgets are cards that search themselves. Green Gadget allows me to search Red Gadget. Red Gadget allows me to search Yellow Gadget, and Yellow Gadget allows me to search Green Gadget, looping these resources, and I even have a card that allows me an advantage while recycling those that played into the metagame of days past, but gadget support you might not know about, such as Boot Up Soldier, Dread Dynamo, pairs really nice with them in a sealed structure deck format. This card reads, when you control a gadget monster, this card gains 2000 attack, and with 2000 defense, it's probably sticking around on the field for a good while. Then the Fall from Grace. We've got 3 Mechanical Chaser. This once $200 card is a common in a structure deck that gets outpaced by Sabersaurus. We have 2 Gear Golem, the Moving Fortresses. This is just 2200 defense to allow me into more tempo or like stop the beatdown if Cimo's getting there. And also I have 2 Ancient Gear Beasts. Now, I replaced the 3rd one with the big boy Ancient Gear Golem. How can I resist these show cards? And also, I feel like this could really hit into some battle phases and massive damage. But Ancient Gear Beast only has 2000 attack. It cannot be special summoned, but if this card attacks, your opponent can't activate spell or trap cards till the end of the damage step, and also you negate the effects of an opponent's monster destroyed by battle with this card, including in the graveyard. So basically a little Dark Ruler Hades that Cimo can't use weird tricks on. Then we have 3 enemy controllers. This card allows me to like tribute my gadgets, take Cimoooooooo's resources, tribute them from my own cards, or turn things to defense, such as Sabersaurus, who will no longer be much of a problem. We've got Heavy Storm to clear back row. We have Limiter Removal, which makes my things huge chungus. We have 1 Mystical Space Typhoon to clear back row with, and 1 Pot of Avarice, so I can send my gadgets back into the deck, and then I get to draw 2 cards off of that also. Pretty darn nice. We have 3 Covering Fire. This card reads, during the damage step, while an opponent's monster is attacking a monster you control, you target another face-up monster you control. Your attacked monster gains attack equal to that target's attack during damage step only. So my gadgets, if I get multiple of them, can become very big. I also have 3 Rare Metamorph. You activate this card by targeting a machine monster on the field. While this card's face up on the field, that machine monster gains 500 attack. Also negate the first spell effect that targets that monster. When that monster leaves the field, you destroy this card. So it should help me deal with any beatdown pacing and also let my cards get bigger as I continue that pacing of gaining advantage over Cimoooooooo. I get 3 Sakuretsu armors for battle tricks, and then I have 3 Stronghold the Moving Fortress. This is another 2000 defender trap monster, but if I get all 3 gadgets on the field, this actually becomes a 3000 attack monster. And finally, limited to 1 during this format, Ultimate Offering. I wonder why it's limited to 1, but if I see it and I can pull it off, it's gonna be huge for me. And the side deck is the 3rd Ancient Gear Beast, along with 2 Ancient Gear Gadgetron Dragons. This, when not just summoned by a field spell getting destroyed, actually gets effects when you tribute gadgets. I then have a fun strategy. I have 3 heavy mech support platforms and 3 machine duplications, allowing me to get union monsters that give not only attack and defense, but also when something would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you destroy instead. So I can make something very big and near invincible using that strategy. I have 3 Micro Ray. Target 1 face-up monster on the field. The target's defense becomes 0. Maybe against Black Stego or something, I doubt it. And then I have 3 Rollout. You target a Union monster in your graveyard, and you can equip the target to an appropriate card that the Union monster can equip to. So this, combined with this, would allow me to basically have some fun, big attack options on demand against Cimoooooooo, or even surprises that would be. Now let's go ahead and spin that wheel, and hopefully we're not losing something from our deck, and instead it's very good for us. Please, I don't need to be hurt again. I want something nice. I want something good, and I entered a local tournament. That sounds good. 3 tournament packs from the season. Let's go and see which one that is. So we've actually moved from tournament packs to champion packs, and champion pack 2 was released right after the structure deck, so I'm on champion pack 1, and I'm very hopeful for some awesome cards. Let's see what we get. King Tiger Wangu's actually kind of based. We have Stealth Bird. I'm not on a burn strategy, and Emissary's only good for normal monsters. Let's try again, and we get 2 more packs here. Gonna flip the cards up. Threatening Roar is definitely not bad here. I may be adding that. And another Stealth Bird? Man, why couldn't I get this kind of a pack for that Earth structure deck? And then finally, we're going to see a second Threatening Roar and My Body as a Shield. I'll have to look at Cimoooooooo's potential cards and decide from there, but 2 Threatening Roars seems pretty darn good for me. I've decided King Tiger Wangu would be a really good card against me and not for me, but what I have gone with is the 2 Threatening Roars in the main, and I have moved Gear Golem the Moving Fortress to the side deck, replacing that Micro Ray in case I do need more monsters for tempo and tribute summoning. But I think this should be pretty darn good, and those Threatening Roars should come in really clutch for baiting Cimoooooooo maybe on my back row, as well as protecting me from what he could be bringing. Let's go ahead and get into those duels.
All right, so looking through the deck, I don't care about any of John's monsters because they're not going to synergize with any of our deck. I'm going straight to the spells and traps. Now, unfortunately, we still have to abide by the rules of the ban list, so I can't take like a second Heavy Storm. That would be broken, especially considering some of John's back row. I'm looking at Enemy Controller as a possible card. I think that's a pretty good one. Pot of Avarice is pretty nice as well. And then there's also stuff like Sakuretsu Armor. I kind of want to take the Saku, but the problem is a lot of John's cards sort of don't really care if they get destroyed because he can just replace it with another one. This is a tough one. I can even take Ultimate Offering just to swarm the field with Dinosaurs. That sounds like a lot of fun if I'm being honest, but I'm not sure if that's exactly the correct thing to do. I actually think, and I'm not sure how correct this is, I actually think I'm going to go with this Pot of Avarice. The logic behind Avarice, in my mind, is that it gives us a way so that we would be able to recover our resources and just get back into the game if we're falling behind. We don't really have draw power in this deck, and I would like the ability for us to have a sort of comeback draw 2 sort of ability. And so I think I'll swap it out for, I'm going to get rid of this Volcanic Eruption. I'm not playing this. So we'll put Pot of Avarice in over one of the Megamorphs. We have a lot of monsters, and it's pretty likely the game's going to go to at least the mid game, if not the long game. So I think a Pot of Avarice would be a nice inclusion here. Being able to draw 2 seems pretty good. So guys, I can't wait to see John's face when we are going to be playing his Pot of Avarice in our deck. And it's going to be a great one. I mean, Dinosaur versus Machine. This is like another one of those classics from back in the day. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to make you wait any longer. It's time to duel. John, you and I have been talking about this one for a while. Dinosaur versus Gadget, or I guess Ancient Gears, but let's be honest, this is the Gadget structure deck. Definitely not as evenly matched as our previous ones, let's say.
I'm sending you back to the Stone Age where you belong.
Oh my God.
It's time to live in a mechanized world.
People probably don't realize that, like, this is where dinosaurs started. Like, you see a card like Ultimate Tyranno or Superconductor Tyranno. This isn't Ultimate Conductor Tyranno yet. I think it's going to be fun once we get to that a little bit later on. But the first dino support cards were less than stellar, let's say.
Now, I do have an upward hill towards some of your attack stats, but overall the tools my deck offers, this should be a beatdown. But we'll see. Well, I don't have a lot of the meta cards that went with gadgets.
I mean, you do have a pretty good suite of removal. The biggest thing is if you just brick on like 6 monsters, that's going to be the dream, because like I just outclass all of your guys stat-wise. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's go ahead and get into it then. Shout out the patron. It is Drew Klaus. Thank you for the support.
Your dice,
buddy,
your dice aren't working very well.
I need new dice. I need someone to come over and install a camera so I can see what you pick, because there's never any chance I'm gonna have in rock paper scissors. Add that to the counter, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead, John. Good luck, buddy. Can't wait to see what you got.
Well, I'm actually going to reset here and pass on to you.
Reset. All right, looks good to me. I'll go ahead in the standby phase. You got anything?
Nope, you're good.
Let's go to main 1. I'm going to give us a nice backdrop for this game, Jurassic World.
Oh, no.
And let's go ahead and follow that up with a good old Dino Rabbit favorite, Cabazals.
Ah.
I'm going to go ahead and try to hit in here into your myriad of back row.
Well, you're actually going to be met with an equal force.
Ooh, the boot up soldier
Dynamo.
Dread Dynamo, exactly 2,000. Okay, that's pretty important. I'll go to second main. I will set 2 back row of my own, and we'll throw it over to you, my friend.
Well, there's a good old card called Blind MST, baby.
Okay. Where are you going to go for?
All right, we are going to go for your first set.
And that was a negate attack.
Oh, I think I hit the wrong one.
It's no Sakuretsu armor, buddy.
All right, well, I have a little one-of here to activate.
Ooh, don't have the gadget.
The gadget's
Don't
here
have
already.
the gadget. Fuck.
Well, in the spirit of Robbie Cole, we're going to go ahead and search red here.
Yeah, and this also boosts your Dread Dynamo to 2,000 attack.
And we're going to pay 500, of course, and we're going to summon red and activate its effect.
That's fine.
And here comes yellow.
This is so gross. This is so gross.
It is. Like I said, back
God.
to the Stone Age where you belong.
Yeah, for real. I'm getting extinct very quickly.
There's more to this than might meet the eye. I'm going to tribute summon my yellow and my red here for Ancient Gear Golem on top of it.
Oh my God. I can't believe you're on the Golem. I guess with Ultimate Offering, why not, right?
Throughout the series, if you haven't noticed, I cannot resist some of these fan favorites.
Fair, fair. And Ancient Gear Golem, I mean, that is about as classic as it gets. All right, let the beatdown continue. If you have a second Ancient Gear Golem, I'm just going to cry at this rate.
And we're going to go ahead and grab that third red here. And
This is so gross.
Dynamo's coming into attack position too. And guess what? You can't respond very well to this hitting in.
I can't. I actually can't respond at all to this hitting in. So I'm going to take a colossal 1,000 here.
And then we'll go in for 13.
Now, is this lethal? We have 14, 28, 38 is to 41, and Dread Dynamo's 2,000, so that's 61. So I'm not dead. I'm basically dead, like, let's be honest, but I'm not actually dead. So I'm going to take the 13 from the red gadget, and then it's going to be 14, 14, and 2,000 because of the dynamo.
All right, and I'll pass it to you. Do you have that field wipe trap?
You know, I kind of wish I did right now because that would be a way to get back into this game. I will go ahead and draw when Dueling Book allows me to. Perfect. Okay, that's the absolute worst card I could have probably drawn at this rate. I will go to main phase 1, and I don't think I can do anything. The best I can do is summon this Oxygeddon, which is 2,100 thanks to the Jurassic World, but unfortunately you have Ancient Gear Golem, so for all the good that'll do me, I will hit the red gadget, I suppose.
Is that actually Bastion's deck rather than Dino DNA?
Right? That's kind of how I feel about it. They're just mixing up characters now when they made this deck. I will just pass on that, buddy. Just go ahead and finish me off.
All right, well, first we'll just summon another gadget for good measure.
Sure. Just to throw salt in the wound.
And we'll come on in for that 900 exact.
Yeah, that's about as I expected this would go. Great game 1. That was anyone's game. Yeah, that went about as I expected.
Pretty well.
I bet you would, buddy. I bet you would. Ultimate Offering plus Gadget. Must be nice. I had no way. I think the Gear Golem was actually like the more punishing part of that of anything else, because like the Oxygeddon was pretty big, but Gear Golem, that I had no way I was killing that. That thing is massive. But I'll go first. Will it make a difference? Who knows? Good luck. Could make a good difference to start off here. This is actually not too bad now that I'm looking at this. Okay, let's go ahead and run out a Sabersaurus, the other Dino Rabbit special, and we're gonna set a pair and throw it to you.
All right. Well, if you're setting a bunch of cards, I think it's only fair that I end up setting a bunch of cards myself and pass back to you.
Okay, sounds good. I'll draw. You got anything in standby for me?
Nope, you're good.
We'll go to main 1. I imagine Boot Up Dread Dynamo is probably in my future. Problem is, even if I have a way to try to kill it, it will just be most likely met with a Sakuretsu armor that you have. So, what do we want to do to try to check this? I don't think there's a way around it, so I'm just going to suck it up. I'm going to sack the Sabersaurus for Dark Triceratops.
Oh, no, not piercing damage.
He's big. I mean, he's going to meet Saku, but we'll try.
I will go ahead and turn him to defense.
Okay. Basically the same thing. So he's in defense now. Second main, I will set an additional card and throw it to you.
3 back row for this guy. All right, then.
Can you kill the Dark Triceratops, buddy?
I'm going to go ahead and normal summon red gadget to activate effect.
That is fine.
Yellow gadget coming in hot.
Okay. Please no ultimate offering.
We will flip up Dread Dynamo.
There he is. Yes.
And we will go into the battle phase and try to take that out.
So on attack declaration, I am going to activate Magical Arm Shield.
Oh, the only card I was actually scared of. The reprint of a tournament pack ultra rare.
And it's a good one because I am going to throw your red gadget in front of the Dread Dynamo and
it becomes 0 attack. Then.
It does. That's exactly what I was about to say. So now it's going to actually bounce. The Dread Dynamo dies here. And I believe you're going to take 1,300.
That hurt.
That was a big move. That was a big move.
All right. I will go ahead and set 2 more cards and pass to you.
2 more back row. That's scary. Okay, let's go ahead and head on over to main 1 here. I'm going to reposition my Triceratops to attack mode for it to get hit by a second enemy controller, most likely. Let's make him a little bit bigger with a Jurassic World. Ooh. And then let's follow that up with the perfect counter to the gadgets. Hydro, get on, baby.
All right, I'm going to slow you down there and take away your battle phase. Thanks to a little champion pack 1 being the current tournament pack.
Okay.
I signed up for locals and got a couple surprises for you.
That's pretty good. That's huge. That's all for me, buddy. Go ahead. Can't attack.
All right, but that Hydro Get-On being 1900.
He's big.
A problem. I'm going to go ahead and normal summon Yellow Gadget for its effect.
Sure, go ahead and get the value.
And we will get a Green Gadget. Well, value depending on your face downs as well with what you got going on. I'll set 1 more face down and pass to you.
All right, I'll go ahead and draw. Let's go to main 1. And buddy, what's more fun than 1 Hydro Get-On than 2 Hydro Get-On?
Well, there's that.
Do you have another threatening roar?
Not quite.
Okay, let's try to go into battle here. I'm going to attempt to hit into Yellow Gadget.
Well, would you like to proceed to the damage step?
Yeah, let's see what you got, buddy.
I've got a Covering Fire. Just like
this
your
is a good
magical arm shield turned mine against each other. They're going to band together stronger than ever after seeing that. And go to 2,500 attack.
And in the face of my 1900 Get-On, I'm going to take 600 and Get-On will perish. Now, Covering Fire, I believe, is only for that damage step, correct?
Damage step only.
Okay, so he's back down to 12, so I guess we're going to try again. Get on it.
Well, you see what's better than 1 show of friendship than 2.
Oh, no! All right, fair play, fair play. So I'm going to take another 600 here. That's pretty funny, though. That's pretty funny. What better to take down 2 Hydro Get-Ons than 2 Covering Fires? Okay, now the big question is, do I want to try again? Now, the Covering Fire will not stop the Dark Triceratops here. However, fucking Sakuretsu armor will. So
yes, it would.
I'm going to space the back row.
Ooh, I will lose a very powerful card.
Ooh, okay. That's a pretty good one, but at least I know I can hit in here. So 27 into your gadget for 1,500 damage.
Yep.
And I will proceed to second main. I think I'm just going to pass it to you, buddy.
That piercing damage is going to actually matter.
I think it's relevant, you know? Like, this card's already big enough, but the fact that you can't really go defense, I mean, I guess Red Gadget has 200 more defense points, so it's slightly better.
I've got to keep, just searching.
Okay, so Yellow Gadget in hand that I know about. 2 other cards. Are you just flooded? I guess we're going to find out. Let's go to main phase 1. Let's run out Oxy Get-On.
There it is.
Now let's go to battle. Oxy Get-On will go into the green gadget here. This is 21 into 14.
All right, so that's 700.
And then Dark Triceratops is 2,700 into your 1,500 defense.
And it pierces.
And it does. That damage is coming out of your life points. I'll pass the turn.
All right, well, I seem to be in a pretty bad position here.
Did the prophecy come true of a all-monster hand? I really hope so.
Yeah, it's kind of stuck that way right now. I'll go ahead and unfortunately use Red Gadget here.
Okay, sure.
I believe if you've got another monster, isn't that game?
I believe so. Obviously, you could have some... Oh, no back row. Okay, well, I do have the monster. It is Cabazals.
Dino Rabbit coming back ahead of time.
Yes, sir. So that's 7, and this will be 21 and 27. Forcing that game 3.
It was 1 card too late.
Oh, wow. Okay, game 3.
It's like that terrible science fiction where the machine in modern man gets felled by dinosaurs. Can't let that happen. Science has to win out.
I'm going to go ahead and take you back to the prehistoric times, buddy, because we have to show that your modern machines are nothing in the face of brute force.
Well, I'll have to try to prevent that just a little. So I'll start with a Red Gadget and activate its effect.
Must be nice that you have 9 gadgets potentially in your deck. Sure.
It does feel pretty good, doesn't it? I will go ahead and throw down not just one, but also two face downs, and in my turn.
All right, let's go ahead and draw. Let's go to main one, and let's run out a Sabersaurus.
Ah, that's pretty big.
Let's try to hit in.
That is fine. That's
Okay.
part of the deck.
That's fine. So you will take the 6 here. Second main, I will set 2 back row as well, and I will throw it over to you.
All right. I will go ahead and summon the Mechanical Chaser.
Ooh, yeah, he's pretty big. My dino is slightly bigger, but I imagine you may have a trick up your sleeve.
Oh, I think I got a couple tricks. All right, and in the battle phase, we're going to go ahead and attack that Sabersaurus. Do you have anything?
Okay, so cards here, if you're attacking this, you could have... What is it? Enemy controller could shift him to defense, then you hit over him that way. You could have limiter removal, but I don't think you would limiter Mechanical Chaser because it would die. I have no response to the attack declaration.
Well, in damage step, we're going to rare Metalmorph, giving him 500.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so he goes up to 2350. I was not calculating for that card, if I'm being honest. So 2350 to my 19, that is 450 off my life points, and the Sabersaurus is gone.
All right, and in main phase 2, I'll go ahead and pass it to you.
He's pretty big. I will go to main phase 1 here, and I feel like this is going to be tricky.
I had to have ways to get some big beaters over yours.
Yeah. What are we going to do about this?
The one thing I really like about Rare Metalmorph 2 is in the anime, if you remember Bandit Keith, they're unaffected by spells. Well, it actually has a little niche protection against spells.
It's almost like a little homage to that. Like what is it, the anti-magic armor or something? I don't remember what he called it. I really...
And here it's on his Mechanical Chaser, too.
Yeah. God. I really don't want to do this, but I think I probably have to because it's just going to get out of hand otherwise. I'm going to go ahead and Lightning Vortex.
Ooh!
It doesn't target, so Rare Metalmorph doesn't give you the protection.
It doesn't protect from that spell.
No. It's too much magic, evidently. I will just set and pass. Go ahead, buddy.
All right. I will go ahead and set one myself and set another and pass.
Okay. I'll go ahead and draw. We'll go to main phase 1. I suppose I will tribute my Miracle Jurassic Egg for a Dark Triceratops.
Another one, huh?
Got another one. We opened 2 of them, unfortunately, which is not ideal. I will attempt to hit in.
Well, I won't take too much damage.
Okay, this is just 200. Not the worst. And second main, I think I will throw... no, I'll just pass. Go ahead.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and normal summon Green Gadget and get its effect.
Sure.
Getting red.
So much value.
Infinite value. Communism. Gadgets for all.
You get a gadget. You get a gadget.
And throw down one more face down and end my turn.
Okay. I suppose that's fine. Let's draw for turn. It's not great. I'm gonna go to main 1. I'm gonna fire this Jurassic World that just boosts Dark Triceratops up a bit, but it's not fantastic. Good old Sakuretsu armor. What are we gonna do about that? All right, I'm gonna gamble. I'm gonna MST your new set.
Well, the new set is indeed the set.
Wow, but let's see if there's not another one lurking.
Not currently.
Ooh, okay, so 27 to your 14. That's a decent chunk. I'll just pass.
That's unfortunately a gadget-sized chunk there. I'll go ahead and normal summon the red gadget,
Sure.
searching a yellow.
Sounds good to me.
And with that, I'll go ahead and set one and pass.
Buddy, you got to stop getting this back row. I can't deal with this. All right, let's go to main phase 1. I'm going to run out an Oxygeddon.
That does hurt a bit.
I'm going to go to battle. I'll attempt to hit with Dark Triceratops.
I think I have to unfortunately allow that.
Okay.
Let me think here. So the total damage...
This will be 35 if you let all this go through. 14 from the Dark Triceratops hitting the red and 21 from the Oxygeddon.
Yeah, I think I have to take it all.
Ooh, okay. I mean, still got 3 back row. This doesn't solve the problem, but I'll pass the turn. Go ahead.
All right, there is a little bit of a start. I will go ahead and normal summon Green Gadget and use its ability.
That's a yellow gadget, but that's fine.
Oh, yeah, yellow to search green.
Sure, that's good.
Colorblind smile. And I'll go ahead and throw down another face down. And hopefully that does a little something.
We'll hope for the best, I guess. Main phase 1, I will just go straight to battle. Let's try to hit in.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn that to defense for now.
Okay, I was gonna say, we have to start baiting something here, because otherwise I think you'd have been dead if not. Let's try to Oxygeddon now.
All right, anything in the 2 attack or the battle step?
Nothing, buddy. What you got for me?
Damage limiter, unfortunately.
Okay, so this will take out the Oxygeddon, so I will take 300 from your swole gadget at 24 to my 21. Oxygeddon dies. Second main, I will just throw face down, and end phase, your gadget goes to the graveyard.
There he goes. Oh, how unfortunate.
Staying alive over there, buddy.
I'm trying here. 3 total cards for you. I actually have to set pass, sadly, here.
Ooh, okay. Tides might be turning here. I will go to main 1. Let's flip this Dark Triceratops back to attack and run out Hydrogeddon.
That is the card I was most worried about here.
Now, I have an option here in the battle phase. So I could try to be very greedy with Hydrogeddon, not thinking you actually have a monster you can set. Or I can try to get in the damage with Dark Triceratops. Now, doing a quick calculation, the highest defense gadget, I believe, is red at 15. So 27 to 15 would be 12, and Hydrogeddon would actually be enough to finish the game. And he's also 19, so I need to account for that as well. 19 also hits over everything except for your Dynamo and your gear card thing. So the big
Golem, the moving fortress.
Yes, the ancient.
Put some respect on that.
Sorry, the ancient sanctuary special. Let me go ahead and rephrase that. So he is at 22. 27 minus 22 is 5, and then Hydrogeddon is actually exact game. So I think the correct play is to go for lethal in either case and attack with the Triceratops.
Yep, you do have it here.
Wow, the Dino DNA, baby! Let's go!
The Stone Age conquers again.
Wow, I thought I was so dead this game when I opened double Dark Triceratops.
Unfortunately, my back row dueling book RNG, I did have a way to clear things if I could get anything going, but the problem with gadgets is sometimes you see too many of them.
Playing the Gadgetron, too. I guess you were on the Gear Golem, but...
I side-decked that in because you were putting out such cards that my one Tribute couldn't deal with because he's only 2,000.
Right.
And your Field Spell actually puts a lot of your cards over that or straight into it, so...
Sure.
I pretty much had to go with that because... This guy definitely isn't enough for the one Trib, and then everything else just doesn't have attack to deal with your once you establish the field spell. And with only 2 spell and trap destructions, like, it doesn't matter the field spell or not. Once Dark Triceratops is out, I need to deal with it, but you kept leaving me with only 1 monster at a time where covering fire was no good here.
Right, I definitely just had to lean into the aggro of the deck because I did also identify that we didn't have many spell options for spell and trap removal apart from like your typical candidates of like Heavy Storm MST. And that Jurassic World, being that extra 300 bonus, it's like really makes a difference a lot of the time. Even though my monsters are typically a bit higher than yours, I mean, just being able to get that little bit extra over in those little niche instances mattered a lot. I actually had this fossil excavation here I didn't get to use, which is called a Haunted, which is kind of cool. So I could have actually brought back another Dark Triceratops if I wanted to and just try to get in for even more, but I just wanted to hold it for not getting too greedy, just in case you had anything to just completely wipe me, and Megamorph was the card in hand in case I was falling behind drastically.
That magical arm shield that turned all the tide of game 1. The dinosaurs learned to use technology against you.
Evidently, yeah, this is like something out of a sci-fi movie. I really like the magical arm shield because with you having stuff like Saku, I wanted ways to kill your monsters that didn't require me to attack. And so Magical Arm Shield was a way for me to do that, and then that way I could maybe start getting some pressure on you and start turning the tide a bit if I'm making your monsters fight each other using technology against technology, John. That's how we did it.
It did go that way, yep.
Oh, man. That was a good set, though. I mean, I don't think either of us expected that this was going to be as interactive as it was. And
I thought I was taking it easy unless Hydrogeddon was coming in hot.
Fair. And I just thought I was going to get blown out like I did in the first game. But it's cool that we kind of got to see both sides of like the decks and to see how the interplay between them. I thought it was a good episode all around. And next time is going to be a lot of fun because we're actually, I believe, if my memory serves correctly, taking our first foray into the GX era. Well, kind of we've been in GX a little bit, but specifically with Jaden and Cyrus starter decks, as it may be.
We'll have to get our game on.
I guess we will. So guys, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Sealed Saturday. John and I both hope you enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout the patrons. Big shout to Shout1317, Moto, Cameron Smith, Chaotic Meatball, Tim00x3, I got Iron Fang Part 2, Pony Starkey and Musa, Dan the Man Hoban, Synchro Guy, Ole, Mystic Walk, Sylvie Wild, Stray Conic, Useless Assassin 05, Cole T, Rockslide, Dolly Up, Logan Thomas, Peter Gregory, Thomas Nelson, Jordan Coons, Calvin, Iron Blade Twin, Pure Ace, Jesse Wood, True Nerd Guys, and Brother Paul, Chris Hood, Nehru Celeste, David Lee, Rockway 325, Chat God, Sound Agent 216, Skyrose, Dylan Hunter, John 2Base, Brody, Eastwood, Day Sir, Elias Pinero, Carlos CT, Flannel Daddy, Give Me Speedroid or Give Me Death, Ashlyn Jensen, TC Gaming, thanks for the sleeves, Dad, Hots for Gage, Matthew Brady, Dr. Solis, Max, Tom Russell, Gage, Just Play Watts Already, Chipotle Rice, Hope It's White, Eric Grems, Wayan, and Talk Dirty to Me, MBT. Thank you so much for watching the video, and we will see you next time.